Hello, and welcome to another review. And today we're going to review a helmet. Woo! So today we're going to be reviewing the Bauer 5100. This is a helmet that I've been using for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. I tend to replace helmets every 2 years, or I try to. I think it's a lot safer if you don't keep using the same helmet. I do see a lot of guys using the same CCM helmet from 1996. Good for them. But I just, as far as because of the concussions I've had, I don't really want to mess with my brain anymore. And I don't think that's safe. I'm just going to straight up be honest. I don't think that's safe. So let's touch up on this. So this is the Bauer 5100. I know, unfortunately, recently, from what I've been hearing, is that Bauer is going to be discontinuing this helmet to the public. That is very unfortunate because this is a very comfortable helmet. It is a vinyl nitrile dual density helmet. So a pad in the helmet. So on the inside, up against the skin, you have the gray, soft, supple vinyl that kind of absorbs the sweat a little bit, but not too much. And then on the black outer shell that you see, that is the more higher density. That one is actually going to be a little bit more helpful against the harder impacts towards the helmet, towards the head, and absorb those, while the inner one is going to just kind of give you that soft cushion to help you out and feel a little bit better. No, you don't want that? Okay. All right, so back to this. If you remember, a few years back, Bauer Hockey went out and bought Mission Hockey. That's why suddenly iTech visors disappeared, iTech goalie equipment disappeared, iTech helmets disappeared, and the NME and the Intake, which is the same thing, hockey helmets by Mission, which were probably some of the more superior ones in the market. If you remember, I did the review like 5 years ago on my original VN liner NME. So when Bauer took over and bought Mission, one thing that made me really happy is, look what you see in here. See that? That's some of that technology from the Mission helmet. So Bauer ended up implementing some of the technology that was in the Mission NME, that little comb stuff, that's from it. This stuff, that's from it, because the original VN that Bauer used to use was not very comfortable. This stuff, this is more of the Mission style stuff. This is much more comfortable. That's why a lot of pros ended up switching over to this helmet. And so Bauer did great when they switched over and took in Mission and created this helmet. This helmet is a beautiful helmet when it comes to comfort and protection. I've taken quite a few hits. I actually fell on my head a couple years ago when I was testing out some CCM skates. I was slew-footed and I landed right here. I got right back up and I ended up being a-okay. So it was very protective. It served its purpose. It served it quite a bit. I recently took a slap shot. It hit right here, ricocheted into my ear. It sucked a lot, but you know what? It could have been a lot worse, and it hit me right here, and it kept me alive. So thank you very much for that. Mwah! So let's go ahead and break into it and touch up from there. Like I said, unfortunately, if they are really getting rid of it, it's very unfortunate because this is one of the most ventilated Bauer helmets. It's also one of the better helmets for people with bigger heads. It's a little bit wider, and if you can see, my head is, I got a fat head. I'm kind of fat, so I got a pretty big head. This helmet is actually able to fit entirely around my head. It doesn't give me any type of riding up like the old Bauer helmets used to do, the 5500, the 8500, which is atrocious. So this helmet was very, very comfortable. The fit is superb, and of course it's got the really cool flip-up clips that I used to love because Eric Lindros, Scott Stevens, they wore the 5500 and they had the little black, so I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to get that helmet. It looks freaking awesome. So looks aside, this helmet I was very happy with. Even better is how ventilated it is. Look at all those vents, and you can see through them because it's their little honeycomb technology. Basically, it's holes punched through the VN. And look at that. It even has an extra air hole right here. Do you know how important it is for those of us who overheat in the Arizona weather in those rinks? It is very important. Of course, it's got the exhaust, or if you're skating backwards, you got the backwards flow of the air. It's fantastic. So ventilation, 5 out of 5. This thing is beautiful. Protection, like I said earlier, the little story about me falling on my head, the slap shot to the side of the face and hitting right here. And I've had quite a few knocks. Some guy cross-checked me on the side of the head a couple years ago. Not a couple years ago, a couple months back. So this helmet's very protective. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 5 out of 5. I'm so glad I went out and bought this helmet. This is one of the few things I've bought in the last couple of years. And when it comes to my head, I really don't like to fuck around with it. And yes, I'm going to curse because it's now an adult show and I don't like fucking with my brain. Neither should you. If your helmet fits properly, you will be more protected than spending $500 on a helmet. That's exaggeration. I have not seen a $500 helmet except my goalie mask, which we will touch up another time. If the helmet fits you properly, I'm going to repeat it again. If the helmet fits you properly, buy it. If it doesn't, move on. So, oh hey, my son was playing handyman with the helmet earlier, so it was all cute and stuff. So, would I recommend this helmet if you can get it on clearance or if you can get it at a store, which I know you can because BTM has it, Hockey Monkey still has it, and Hockey Monkey has it on clearance. FYI. Go check it out. Size large is pretty nice and wide. So if you got a big wide head, definitely get it. You can get a medium. You can get an extra large if you got a big size dome. They actually carry XL. This is one of the few helmets that carry XL. Luckily, I don't need it, but hey, if you got a bigger head than me, there's an XL option. So dig into that, baby. Would I recommend this to anyone? Yes. If it's on sale, yes. 5 out of 5. Get this helmet. Protection, get this helmet. Durability. It looks pretty good for a helmet that's lasted almost 2 full years or about 2 full years. It's seen a lot of tournaments. It's seen a lot of games. It's seen a lot of pucks. It's cleaned up pretty well and nicely, and the padding has stayed nice and fresh. Remember, kids, when you're using a helmet with VN padding, when it comes to cleaning it, as soon as you take it off, grab a towel, wipe it down. Because the VN liner, the gray part, is basically a sponge. It is going to suck in your sweat, so clean it down. Occasionally, take it home, use some mild detergent, wipe it down with the detergent, rinse it off, let it dry, wipe it dry. So other than that, as far as the Bauer 5100 helmet, I've been very happy being able to use it. I've used cages on it. I've used visors on it. I've used that big Aviation Boulder like visor cage combo that I'll be doing the review on here pretty soon. And so this helmet is very durable. He's growling. Oh my gosh. So I definitely recommend this helmet. But most of all, if a helmet fits you, I'm going to recommend that you buy that helmet. Whether it's going to be the 5100, whether it's going to be a 4500, which, or whether it's going to be a CCM, or whatever company is out there. Just make sure that when you get a helmet, you're going to be getting a helmet that fits you. Alright? Fits you. Style plays a big part, especially running Proclaim. I know, that's cool. Style plays a big part when it comes to me running Proclaim, but at the same time, you know, if it passes the mirror test, that's cool and all, but make sure that it passes the protection test. Make sure that it passes the fit test. I'm not going to stress that enough. You can watch this video a couple more times, maybe it'll drive it into your head. Look for both. All right? Go for fit, go for protection. All right? Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment below, subscribe, share. See ya.